back to the vlogcast for Puregym. This is number 2, and today we have got the special guest, Dan from the Circle.
Yeah.
Presented it all really nice.
It was tasty. I do my best.
Oh, you got the blended beet one?
Oh no! That was a joke. Like, I didn't do that like every day.
You definitely can't see anything, can you?
No, I can breathe though, which is good. I mean, don't tell me how it smells.
Got a few more right. Got a spoon here, ready?
I don't know if you what's happening.
So we did the trivia question last podcast, which we will announce in the comments below who the winner is. But Dan's going to give us his trivia question now. So if you want to win a 3 months free membership, answer in the comments below how much
do I weigh currently?
We're going to go straight after this, go on the body tracks machine. I'm going to have the printout so that next time we do the podcast, I'll have it and the winner will be announced who gets the exact weight. We're talking like LBs. No, we're talking stone LBs. No, we're talking kgs. We're talking kgs, LBs, pounds.
What's happening, mate? do you know what we counted? What we picked one?
I'm trying to think what it is on body tracks. I'm sure it's in stones.
I know roughly.
You can do it in anything though. Stones, LBs,
I
kgs.
know what I'd probably roughly be in the house right now.
Okay, don't tell them because
No.
then you're getting free advice.
No.
If you follow Dan on his Instagram, he's always posting stuff about food and cooking. So I just wanted to know more about like that side of things, and is that the way? So obviously you've been on the Circle.
Yeah.
And did you cook a lot there?
Yeah. I think that's probably. No, it's not. I was going to say that's where it stems from. It doesn't, because I used to cook a lot before I went into the Circle. So anyone that knows me, my under 2,000 followers that I had before I went into the Circle know me for cooking. That's what I did. And then when I was in the Circle, the only thing that stopped me from cooking so much before the Circle was the fact that I was always at work.
Yeah.
And like, you can't always be bothered to cook when you get home. And I enjoy the process of getting ingredients, thinking about, what can I do with these ingredients to make like a cool meal.
Yeah.
I enjoy, and then cooking it and then eating it as well and being like, okay, I've actually done quite well with it.
I feel like there's like a cooking show
like
in the like, hi guys, if you want to give Dan a cooking deal, like
exactly.
he's there, ready and waiting.
I'm ready.
Channel 4.
Yeah,
you mentioned to me when we were on shoot, we were talking, you said that you'd like mention about wanting some
yeah.
ham, and then the next thing it would like appear in the fridge.
I think that's another thing that made cooking so easy. Like, I would just mention, I'd just like open the fridge and be like, I used the last of the eggs yesterday. Just to yourself as you would in your normal
your
life.
Yeah.
And before I know it, like, I'd just go, put a different outfit on in my bedroom or something. And by the time I went back to the fridge and looked in there, no one would tell me that they're going to put anything in there. It's just there. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like, it's just literally like everything was magic. You just mention one thing.
That's a way of life.
There. So why wouldn't I cook? Do you know what I mean?
What's your favourite things to cook?
Everyone always asks that, don't they? I don't know. Do you know what I really enjoy about cooking? I enjoy cooking things that I've never cooked before. For instance, For instance, yesterday I did like a coconut buttered chicken.
I saw this. It looked really good.
Yeah.
I saw this. I was
In
like,
my
lemon
opinion.
zest.
Yeah.
Presented it all really nice.
It was tasty. I do my best. It was probably one of the tastiest things I've ever cooked.
It was good. How do you feel about like healthy eating? Because from the things that I've seen you share, they are all quite healthy. I've never seen him like, I know you do eat a lot of pizza. Like, you just put that.
I do.
When you actually
disclaimer.
cook, when you cook, it seems to be really like organically nice, produced, fresh stuff.
In terms of like clean eating, and like healthy eating, I wouldn't necessarily call what I cook healthy eating. I suppose you're right, it is like natural ingredients. I'm not like...
You're not calorie counting.
But I don't calorie count. And I think the reason I don't calorie count is because I've never had to.
Mm-hmm.
I was really skinny when I was younger, and I was skinny right up until the age of like 24 when I started taking my sort of fitness journey a little bit more serious. And I'm 29 now as of last week. So I've never had to calorie count. If anything, I had to calorie count the other way. Most people, I feel, a lot of people maybe, I should say most, are trying to lose weight as opposed to put on weight. And for that reason, they really have to understand, or they should understand, what their calorie
what they
intake
need
should be.
Yeah.
It's literally maths as far as I see it. It's like, if I need 2,400 calories a day to maintain, if I'm ever under that in a deficit, I'm going to lose weight. It might not be today or tomorrow, but over a prolonged period, I'm guaranteed to lose weight.
Exactly. We kind of touched on this in the last podcast, because Emma was saying about, you know, a lot of influencers and stuff, people will message him and be like, what do you eat? I'll eat exactly the same, but everybody's body is completely different. So for you giving advice to someone to eat like 5,000 calories, and if they're like a smaller guy, or, you know, that's probably going to be a woman, it's a lot of calories to get in. So every person is different. I think people need educating to 100%. Understand that is the situation, and it's all about, you know, healthy eating, healthy lifestyle, not like crash dieting. We're not about crash dieting.
Eating for your body type is just like, you can't underestimate. It's impossible to underestimate like how important that is.
Definitely. And that's it. Everybody has like different goals. So somebody might want to look quite slender, so they might be in a calorie deficit. But if you weight train, especially for a woman, if you weight train, you want to kind of add mass and add muscle. So you have to.
I think that's a common myth as well. A few of the women that I've spoken to in the gym feel like if they pick up weights as opposed to doing cardio, that they'll start to look bulky and muscular, which is a crazy fad, it's a myth. I've come into contact with a lot of girls that I have trained with at times, or they've been on similar journeys where they want to put on mass or put on weight or whatever, and not one of them have ever said to me, I've put on too much muscle. How I look now, I'm too bulky now. No one ever says that, because once you start seeing the changes in your body, you think, oh my god, this looks quite cool.
I agree.
The way I train as well, I only ever do 1 hour sessions.
Really?
I find that, I think that's quite, from what I can tell, it's quite unique, because most people...
How many days though?
I'm a very extreme person.
Yeah, we touched on this last time. Extremist.
I'm a real extremist. So I remember when I first started going to the gym, it wasn't the first time that I decided I don't quite like how I look. I want to look bulkier or bigger.
What year are we talking here, what do you think?
So I was 24, so we're talking 2014-ish.
We're the same age though, 2014.
Yeah, 2014. And I tried, just like most people, I think, you get a gym membership, you go a couple of times, like, I'm definitely going to go now, this is it, I'm going to change the weight, you know, and then it just only lasts like a couple of days or a week or so, and then it fizzles out.
People burn out though, because they try to do too much too soon. Yeah.
So for me, I was like, okay, and I don't know if hopefully this will help someone, but for me, it was like, okay, I'm now 24, I've been saying probably since I was 17 that I want to do something. And
challenge.
Yeah, ultimately I'm going to be sitting here at 34 in 10 years time, still having done nothing and not changed at all. And I know I'm not going to feel good about that.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, right now I'm making a decision that for the next 3 months, I will train and eat exactly how I should. And if I don't see a big enough change within that time frame, then I'll give up.
Okay.
Calorie count. Yeah. And there was a particular app that helped me, and you can sort of scan in the food that you're eating.
Was it MyFitnessPal?
Yeah. The food that you're eating, the calories that are in it, the portions that you're having, and that really helped me understand first and foremost, because I had no education. So all of my kind of fitness education came after the fact of calorie counting, then looking into it and looking at how to improve what I'm doing and stuff like that. But a lot of it, for me, which I didn't understand at the time, was the fact that I wasn't actually hitting my calorie goals. I was never going to put on weight.
No.
And after a couple of years, I think I started playing with diet a little bit more. So I've done like really high protein diets or really low carb diets. And
how did you find those?
I tried carb cycling as well.
I love carb cycling. Yeah, I think so. It's hard to keep up. But...
And I think I did see a massive change in my the way I physically looked quite quickly when I was carb cycling. I tried keto as well.
Keto, yeah.
When I tried keto, I lost a lot of body fat, and
did you do all like butter in the coffee and stuff? I think it's a bit weird. Like,
no, I didn't.
I've never done it, so I don't really know. But some of the posts I see on Instagram, they're like, put butter in your coffee for it. No.
Yeah, it's a bit much. But I was eating like straight
Is it
avocado and like in fact, I'm pretty sure they're the exact same diet.
Okay.
It's just because obviously diets are just recycled because there's only so many diets you can have. One thing I think people don't quite get as to why diets never work is it's actually a lifestyle choice. It's a lifestyle change. So a diet usually is something that you pick up and use for a period of time and then drop.
Mab's diet.
Which is all good and well once the event is over.
Yeah.
But then if you haven't actually changed your lifestyle to suit the body type that you want to adopt, it's only a matter of time before you return to what is kind of natural to you.
Yeah. It's obviously work because you've just educated yourself. You've not just been like, I'm gonna, do this and do that, and
it definitely changed my relationship with food though.
Like eating better, or
just eating more. Because for the first 6 months, I've got some before and after pictures as well. I'll show you.
We'll get those in there.
I'll definitely show you because people don't quite. They think I don't even think it. They think I'm joking or what, but I'm very extreme. So I was genuinely eating 6,000 calories, and I think instead of doing it for 3 months, after the 3 months I liked the change, so I continued that for the first 2.5 months. So within 6 months I went from quite skinny to very, very bulky.
Did you hear it? Like when you saw people, were they like, "Damn"?
Yeah,
how's he got so big?
Yeah, exactly. But I just literally ate. But because for so long I crammed the food because I just didn't. Most of the time I didn't want to eat. I couldn't be bothered. I literally drummed it into myself. I became like military with it. And I know I could name exactly what I ate at what time.
Oh my gosh.
For the whole 6 months.
I think you've got to try and find a balance because if not, it's not.
For me though, the balance came afterwards because I was like, I'd rather be extreme and then hit somewhere near where I want to be and then find my balance than try and be balanced from the beginning.
What do you think about supersets? Do you do like, I've seen a lot of videos recently where it's just like, go to fatigue and or do you have like a set rep?
Supersets.
Rep max?
Pretty much everything I did for that entire first 6 months was supersets.
Wow.
I know it's a mentality thing now. I find it near on impossible to do them now. Yeah. I would only train for an hour a day.
Right.
And I would do biceps, for instance, until I was absolutely ruined on biceps. Yeah. Then I'll go home, enjoy my DOMs for the following day, knowing that there's no way I'm touching biceps this next day, and then move on to something else, like, I don't know, back for that day. A shake that I lived by was...
You told me this before.
100. It sounds disgusting, but honestly, it actually tastes like just a vanilla milkshake. I swear. Right.
Oh, is this not the blended meat one?
Oh no! That was a joke. Like I didn't do that like every day.
In our last interview, when we were on shoot, I asked him like what he did as a weirdest thing. He told me that he blended chicken and
I had like I think like 200 grams of chicken, and it was like after lunch.
But coming soon.
And I just couldn't. To be fair, it was people at work. They dared me to do it. But the shake, it was 500 millilitres of whole milk, 100 to 120 grams of raw rolled oats. Okay.
It's a bit bitty for me.
I like that.
Okay.
I didn't mind that. But if you don't like the bits, then put the oats in first and blend them, and then it turns into like a bit more like flour.
Okay.
4 to 6 eggs, raw eggs. And 2 tablespoons of peanut butter and a squeeze of honey. The squeeze of honey is actually quite important because without it, it's
bitter.
It is quite a little bit bitter,
yeah. So if you're trying to lose weight, do not drink that
shake.
Do
not. Oh, by the way, that shake's like 1,000 to 1,200 calories.
Yeah, we're talking about weight gain. Yeah, weight gain, muscle mass.
And also, I had this thing at work when I was trying to save money that no one can throw anything in the bin without asking me first if I want it.
Number 1 tip, if you're trying to gain weight and mass, tell the office not to throw any food away.
It works.
You are the human dustbin.
I literally was the dustbin of my office.
So while we're talking about food, I wanted to do like a little game with you because obviously we've interviewed him for the shoot last time. I thought, let's spice things up a little bit. We're going to do a taste test. So first things first, put your beautiful Puregym beanie on. Available now.
So I'm putting it all the way down.
Yeah, so definitely can't see anything, can you?
No, I can breathe though, which is good.
I'm going to give the viewers at home a little sneak peek of what we've got here. Real variety. I'm a bit Australian, sorry. So, I don't know where to start. I'm actually really excited about this because I think so.
I'm not.
Literally, this is your cooking show right now. You are describing to the audience the aromas and the smells and the taste. So, I think we're going to go with this one first, guys. I'm sure we're going to go bang, where it's going to go, right? Ready?
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh, it's a vegetable, obviously. Oh my god. What is that? It's I feel the first vibe I got was like broccoli, but it seemed a bit long. Oh my god, is it asparagus?
Yes!
Yeah!
High five, you can't see my hand.
That was disgusting.
It's good.
Raw.
So asparagus is really good for it. It's a natural diuretic, so it's really good for when you want to lose weight. Does make your wee smell a little bit.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
It makes it a really weird colour as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of bodybuilders eat a lot of asparagus because it really tightens you up. So
looks good on the gram as well.
Looks great on the gram. Next, we have... I'm going to give you this in your hand so you can feel it because I feel like it's part of the...
Is it wet? Oh, it is wet. Oh my god, that stinks. It smells like vinegar. That is nasty. I feel sick. Oh my god, it's like, is it pickled? It's something, whatever it is pickled. Oh my god. I mean, it doesn't taste as bad as it smells.
I've never tried this in my life, but it doesn't.
I feel
It's
like
not looking great. You're going back for more?
It's pickled beetroot or something?
Yes!
Yeah! I'm
Smashing
sick of
it.
this.
Smashing it.
That is nasty.
Cookbook coming soon is proving why. Right, okay, I'll take that one back, thanks.
Oh.
You had some more water to wash that down. Right, next. Give me your hand.
Yep. Is it in my hand?
Yeah.
What's that, herb or something?
Pretty neat now. I can't cope with this, this is too much. It's like I'm turning into a cow. I'm feeding it grass.
It smells herby.
Yeah.
Like a it's not
It's great on chicken.
yeah, I was thinking it's rosemary, no?
Rosemary!
Yeah! I'm good at this shit, innit?
I mean, you can put that down yourself then.
I don't know where I'm doing it.
Okay. I'll go with this one next. Right. This is on a spoon. So you're going to hold the spoon. Right, I'll just give you it. Right, ready?
What is that? Oh my god. Oh. That is nasty. I can't wash it out yet because I've got to figure out where it is.
I'm actually crying. What is this noise?
I'm trying to get the aroma.
I'm dying right now. This is too funny.
Is it? It's quite weird. Oh, it's garlic!
Garlic salt.
Yeah, it's garlic on like. That's why I can figure it out. Yeah, granules. Yeah.
That was good.
I mean, I need to sprinkle this.
Yeah, just put it back there. Okay, right. Next we've got. I'll just clean it off. Make sure there's no garlic on that. Right. Good swig of water. Ready?
Mm-hmm. Ready.
Right. I feel like you need to use the other hand because it's covered in
What? Oh, this feels like
squidgy.
This feels squidgy, like a berry. I know this one. It's a blueberry.
Yeah, big guy.
Okay.
What's the amount of garlic? Still.
I feel like I spat that out. I don't know how bad it was, but it wasn't pleasant.
Oh, right, okay.
Well,
nearly done. Got a few more. Right, got another
Yeah.
spoon here. Ready?
I don't know if you're what's happening. What's going on?
I can't. This is too funny.
You
Right?
cannot. What's happening?
You just literally blew it off.
Oh, did I? I was sort of.
Right, okay. Ready?
Oh my god. Not very flavoursome. I feel like it's
It's a herb.
Yeah, I feel like it's a little bit oniony. It's like it's like spring. It's like it's a dried spring onion. No.
Nearly there. You can have it sometimes. A crisp does it, and it's
Yes.
sour cream.
Chive.
There we go.
Yeah.
This guy knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Right, a final one. Oh no, did I do that one? No, I've not done this one yet. There's two. There's two.
There's two left. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I'm actually going to give you this and you can just bite it. Here.
Oh. I mean, it feels like it's a cut fruit. I feel like it might be an apple. Oh no, that's not an apple. It's too hard. Is that a Brussels? That's just. Is that a Brussels sprout? I don't like Brussels sprouts. Is it? What? No, it's not a Brussels sprout. Like small like Brussels sprout. Is it a bit of cabbage?
You were right the first time. It was Brussels
It was a Brussels sprout, is it? Uncooked. I mean,
Uncooked,
I don't like them cooked, to be honest. So
you did quite well with that one though. You took it straight away.
yeah.
Right, final one. Do you have to have a glass of drink of water?
I mean, Brussels sprouts don't taste of nothing.
No,
Sprouts,
I like them with like a little bit of bacon, a little bit of pancetta.
Run out of water. So that weren't any good. It's just only a little dribble left.
Okay, right, ready? The spoon coming your way.
Oh my god. Oh no. It's I love cinnamon, but it's all stuck in my mouth. Oh my god, I got no water. This is torture. Oh, it's all stuck.
Right, I've got a bit of coffee. Do you want a bit of my coffee?
I feel like I need to spit it out, but is there anything? Is that the last one?
Yeah, you go and spit it. It's like you just vomited.
Oh, I think I love cinnamon, but that's
There you go, there's a bit of coffee there. You can remove your hat now. Look at, literally, I've been crying. That was too funny.
Sorry.
You did really well. You got
Yeah.
the full marks.
Love that. I didn't think I'd be very good at that. I mean, I
You were
did make a
fantastic.
bit of a
You
mess.
knew your herbs. You knew your textures. Before I'd even put it in your mouth, you knew. You were like berry.
Yeah, I love that, man.
Yeah.
I'm really proud of myself for that one.
Knows his stuff.
I'm really proud of myself.
Cookbook coming to a store near you.
Do you know what? Yeah, I think I might actually do like a legit cookbook.
I think you should.
So many people message me and like, oh, give me the full recipe, and I was like,
Yeah, PDF first.
yeah, there you
Inspired
go.
him. So thanks for watching.
Thanks.